You're listening to the Wandering Wild podcast. Hi, everybody. It's me, Ashley. In this episode, I sit down with my friend Adrian, who I met in London. We met at a time where we were both in the midst of our travels, and we're having this conversation in a time where we're both in a moment of stillness, where we are trying to find our routine and stay still for a couple of breaths. So today we reflect on some of his travels. He started on a 3-week vacation, which turned into 411 days of travel, full-time traveling across 28 countries and 4 continents. Here's Adrian.
How are you? You doing good?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've been home for the past like 2 months now after 411 days of travel. So now I'm just back to, I guess, the normal life reality. Yeah.
411 days of travel, and you did 28 countries, right?
Yeah. 20 countries, 4 continents in 411 days.
That's
That's a lot.
incredible. That's
Yeah. That's a lot.
yeah. I remember I met you in London,
London.
May, which seems like
Mhm.
so long ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. Was it in May, you said?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because in June I went to Japan. Yeah. Yeah, that's such a long time ago. Oh my gosh. It's
Yeah.
crazy to think that, in May, I still had so much more to go and to see. And I didn't know where I was going to go next at that point. Besides Japan, after that, I was like, I don't know.
I know, it's
Um,
crazy.
but yeah, very cool. Met you for one day, I think, at a hostel, one night,
Yeah.
I think, some random night. Yeah, then that's it. I didn't think I ever saw you again. But then I was like, I remember you were like into this cool stuff. I was like, oh, I got a creator friend in Bali, I remember. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that was
great.
so cool.
I've already told this. Somebody actually interviewed me when I got home. I don't know if I posted on my story a while back. That was back in December, early December. Yeah, I was in like a studio. They have these microphones as well, but this one's mine. But now I'm just here in a coffee shop. But it's like not like the coffee shops in like Indonesia or somewhere over there where it's like normalized. Over here, it's like people look at you and it's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, yeah. So just looking out.
Here I am.
Yeah, it's so crazy how this needs to be normalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like your life has changed a lot in the time I met you and now.
Yeah. Yeah, you met me when I was like, I mean, I still went to 4 continents still. Obviously I went to more countries afterwards, but I'm pretty much the same from when I met you and then after. So it's just I'm home now. Now I have my proper clothing and it's not I don't know what I was wearing over there. I met you. I think it was like a t-shirt or something. Let me know if you have any questions or whatever, or
Yeah, no, I
whatever you want
definitely,
to know.
yeah. I'm excited to chat with you. I want to talk about how it's been for you moving so much and then being still. But I feel like before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about your life living in motion so we can kind of understand where you're coming from. That season of your life, your year of travel, you think you could pick like 3 main points or lessons that it gave you or that you learned during that time?
Well, I guess I would say the first thing is that the thing someone always says out there on the internet, especially like in social media, is everything happens for a reason. I used to hear that so much before I left, and I was like, everything happens for a reason. Yeah, it is whatever. Till I finally left and did it, and I was like, no, that statement's actually pretty accurate. Like everything does happen for a reason. Like the right moments come. Where you're supposed to be is exactly where you're supposed to be. All that stuff. I'm a true believer in that statement now. Another thing I would say is I follow yes theory. I don't know if you know who they are. So basically, I just say yes to all opportunities possible. Pretty much just be open. If it's scary or you're afraid, fear, I mean, that's a good thing. Get out of your comfort zone, just go for it. The best things in life are out of your comfort zone. And so that's pretty much what I lived on to. So the entire time I was traveling there. And I guess another thing would fall on to make as many connections as you can while you're out there. Obviously, I would say if I were to go back and do it, I'll do it differently a little bit. So I would have like a goal in mind, etc. Because when I met you and all that, I was just kind of like doing whatever I can. I didn't even know what was going to go next. It was just really random, which is cool and all. But I would definitely say do some research, have a goal in mind, and also at the same time connect with as many people, just like how I connected with you. So right now, let me hear. I was able to lead you to a friend over there in Bali, and then I was
Yeah.
able to meet that person in Barcelona. So it comes like full circle. So
You said you believe that everything happens for a reason. Do you have examples of specific moments where you were like, whoa, this is exactly where I'm meant to be?
definitely Bali, Indonesia.
Yeah.
My first country out of the US, which is crazy, is my first time. So my first time out of the US was Bali, Indonesia, or Indonesia in general. And I met like-minded creators. I went there for an event called Escapism, which I got to do speech for and present a video at the second Escapism event in Barcelona. But the first one, I was just a random guy who, I was looking at all these creators out there that are so big and amazing and what have you. And I was like, I thought I could never be them until I went there and obviously I connected and I was like, oh, this is definitely a moment where I'm here for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And then I just started connecting and connecting and connecting. I met a really good friend named Alessia. She's incredible, very cool creator. And she allowed me to just keep connecting with other people. But like for a lot of times, like she helped me connect with so many creators off the bat.
Mm.
And she just saw like a spark in me, like, oh, you got this vibe, you got what it takes, you got she said I have what she had. And so the ball just kept going and going. Like I just kept meeting the right people because of, what I said, everything has a reason. If I would have stayed home, none of that would have ever happened. So another thing about everything happens for a reason is I was supposed to go back home 3 weeks. Like it was on vacation. It was 3 week vacation that turned into
Okay.
over a year of traveling the world, right? So
Right.
and everyone kept telling me if you stay, you're gonna be able to do all the things like unimaginable, all the things you've always wanted to do and accomplish. But if you go back home, basically you're gonna like look up and be like, I wonder what could have happened. I wonder what I could have seen, people I could have met, etc. I'm so glad that I met the right people that helped me pretty much make that decision to stay. If it wasn't for them, I probably would have went back home.
That
So
is
everyone
so
I met,
cool.
like everywhere I needed to be, everyone I needed to meet helped me make that decision. It was just like meant for me. It was so amazing.
That is amazing. I had it in my head that you left home with the intention of being gone for a year, but that's not the case. You decided
Uh,
while you were in Bali.
yeah, it's crazy. I decided while I was in Bali. Yeah,
Did
which is
you decide in the moment where you like, I'm gonna do this for a whole year, or were you just like, I'll just keep going and see how it goes?
it was mostly I will see where this goes. So after the 3 weeks, I was like, maybe I can last 6 months. Right. So I was like, okay, maybe I could last 6 months. And at the same time, I stayed in Bali and I felt like I was overstaying because I stayed there for like 3 months. And then I told myself, like, I've always wanted to see the world also. Bali isn't just the world, like Indonesia in general, it's not just the world. There's a whole world out there. I need to go see it. And so I took that chance, that opportunity, and I left to Dubai. I mean, I left to all these other countries in between, like Singapore, Taiwan, Philippines. I got to do a job thing in Philippines, thanks to Alessia, by the way. So it's just the right people you meet and help connects you to like other people that have opportunities for you. And yeah, so from there to Dubai, and yeah, I just and I was like, yeah, then Indonesia, or then India and Africa. And then when I went to Austria, that was my almost 6 months. I was like my 6 months in there. And then I was talking to a friend that I'd made there, and she was like giving me things like, hey, this is still your first time out of the US, which is crazy how you lasted 6 months. She's like, well, if everything's going right for you and you still have more to explore or want to see, why don't you try to go for the full year? That'd be amazing. I'm like,
Yeah.
that would be amazing, wouldn't it? And we just sat, where was I? I was like near a castle somewhere in Austria. She showed me this like hidden gem spot, like overviewing like the mountains over there. It's in Salzburg. Yeah, so I met this random German person, became friends, really cool. And yeah, we just sat and looked at the sunset, and she was like, "You should try to go for the full year." I was like, "I don't know if I can do that," you know. And then I checked my budgeting and everything. I'm like, you know what? I think I can do that actually. And so I was like, F it, why not? Why not give it a chance, give it a try?
Yeah.
It'd be such a cool thing to say that I left for the first time and I lasted a full year without ever going back home, not even once. And I did. I didn't go back home, not even once, which is very difficult, by the way, because of course I had some burnout. When I met you in London, 2 weeks after I had burnout, So I stayed like in a hostel for like 3 days straight.
Oh my
I also got sick too, so I was just like texting my friends like, dude, I'm kind of tired, I'm kind of exhausted. There's just constant go, 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 you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the same time, it was my first time. So for
Yeah,
the incredible
so it
feat.
makes incredible. And so normal to have burnout. Also, that hostel we were staying
Yeah.
in London was awful.
Was it? Yeah, it was.
It was
Do you,
awful. Remember
do
that
you
night that guy
remember?
came in and pissed on the floor?
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. I would never
That
forget
was
that.
like a low
Yeah,
point, I feel like.
your friend texted me. She's like, "Yeah, someone pissed all over our floor." I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" I go back to the room, and then something's happening. I was like, "Oh my god, someone actually pissed in the room." That was
I know, that
crazy.
crazy
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. And then there was like, I don't know. I think I was in the hostel for a week. Yeah, I was there for a week
Oh my gosh.
or 6 days, 6 days. And then they
Yeah.
said, "Oh yeah, you can't like stay more than like 7 days." And I was like, "That's fine with me. I'm trying to like go other places too." So then I left into a different hostel, which I made a mistake because that hostel was like not good. And that's where I felt sick and that's where I felt burnout.
Oh no.
But then I went to this other hostel, was like some cotton cabbage cat, whatever it's called, I forgot. It's a very nice hostel. It's like royalty looking, whatever, right
Okay, so you
flooring and everything.
upgraded.
Fine.
Yeah.
I upgraded. Yeah, it was nice. It was really worth going there and checking it out in London.
You feel like your season of travel shaped the way you view yourself at all?
Yeah, I would say it definitely changed me. I could say like mentally, of course, and somewhat physically, but it definitely the person who I was before I left, I was really different. I would say that to the point where I cared too much what people were thinking. Something like I guess I say about status and stuff, what you have. And when I got back home, like the whole year travel has taught me that I don't need all these things. I don't need all these fancy clothes or, or the next new iPhone or what have you. And I used to want all these amazing things, the next new thing, the car, etc. But living off of two backpacks the entire year,
Mm-hmm.
that definitely humbled me. Learned a lot from that as well, what I need and what I don't need. Every time I went to a new climate, I had to like get rid of clothes. I gave away clothes. I had to give like away a hoodie, some t-shirts, because like I don't have enough room. And I would usually be like, no, I'm trying to keep these or I'll sell these. But when I was traveling, I just didn't care. Everything was fast paced, so I just needed to get rid of it now. Definitely taught me a lot. Now that I'm home, I got rid of even more things. So before I left,
Okay.
by the way, I had obviously all my things. And then when I got to Indonesia and made the decision, I asked my folks to sell everything, the car, all that stuff, a lot of my clothes, whatever, my nice, like huge monitor, desk setup, whatever, etc. And then I got home and I wanted to get rid of even more things because we had like stuff stored from me that they couldn't really get rid of or was like kind of like questionable. But
Right.
hey, maybe he might want this or not. So I just like got rid of even more clothes because they couldn't really like sort of the clothes. I kept this thing though. I saw it, I was like, yeah, yeah.
Thank
I was
goodness.
like, no, I could use this for like voiceovers and stuff. By the way, I've been using my phone for voiceovers for all like the videos you see or whatever's on my story. But now I have this. Yeah, yeah. So I just got rid of even more things. Kept what's important to me. And yeah, that really just taught me that less is more. So when I go back out there, I don't have to worry about all the other things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting because I feel like a lot of people either go one way or the other. Like they go and they're like
Yeah.
you and they're like, I haven't even thought about this, get rid of it, get rid of it. Or they go back
Yeah.
home and they're like, I have a closet, I have a job, buy things, buy
Yeah.
things, buy things.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah, I
know
feel
some
like it.
friends who like travel for like a month or two and they go back to all their amazing things and then they get back to that life of like it's like the status thing, like, oh, I need this, I need that, I
Right.
need that new clothes or whatever. Where how I did it was originally I was like them, but I learned to not do that again when I changed myself. I think if I would have done 6 months, I would have went back to like I guess normality, but no, since I did it for the year, I got
The
comfortable with
full
it. I got
year.
used to it.
Yeah.
It's funny because I got so used to it that when I got home, I didn't even unpack my bags. I just left everything in the bag. I told my friend, and she was like, "Oh, how's it like being home? Whatever." I'm like, "What's funny? I still have all my clothes folded up in my backpack.
Still living out of your
I, s-
backpack.
yeah, I still have my socks, everything. And I was there for like 3 weeks already, and I just took
Yeah.
some clothes out of my bag. I'm like, why do I still have it
Just
there?
so used to it maybe,
I
yeah.
just got used to it. Yeah, I just kept on the go and on the go.
What made you
And
decide to
yeah,
go home?
I would say financial reasons, and also I really missed my family. I was gone for a long time. I didn't go. Was really thinking about it for a while when last or 2024 in December, we have pretty much this tradition where we always go to Disneyland on Christmas for like a whole week.
Fun.
Yeah, our whole family, we go together.
Yeah.
Uh, and I skipped that tradition. On Christmas, I was on a flight, which I never took a flight on Christmas ever. I only see those in movies. And
Right.
I was like, "Dang, that's horrible. That looks sad to be on a
Yeah.
plane on Christmas.
Yeah.
You're skipping Christmas." And I was like, "Shoot, that's me." I was in the Philippines flying back to Bali. And I was like, FaceTime my mom. I'm like, "Mom, I feel so alone right now." I got so used to the traditions that we had, like over like 15 years. And then I have a niece. I think she's like 4 now, but yeah, at the time she was like obviously like a lot younger, and she was like, "Oh, I miss you. Are you coming home?" I was like, no."
Oh, that's
But
so hard. Yeah.
yeah, and I would be the uncle who like takes videos of my camera, the family. My mom was like, "Yeah, we didn't get any videos because you were obviously gone." And then, of course, I skipped out on Thanksgiving as well. Thanksgiving was another big one in November. We have like over 50 family members come to our home, 2 big turkeys, like the movies. The house is all decorated. My mom goes crazy with decorations. And I missed on that too. That was also a big thing we've done for like so many years. So I missed on that. I missed on Christmas. Obviously, I missed on birthdays,
Yeah.
weddings, my brother's wedding, etc. I really wanted to do this. I really wanted to go for the full year.
Yeah, you were committed.
I was committed. I was determined. I was like, I have to do this no matter what it takes. And it's kind of funny because like I had to do like obviously look at my financials, and yes, I could make it, but of course I have to do everything as cheaply as possible to make it.
Right.
And I did it. I succeeded. So I accomplished that goal I've always wanted to do, and I accomplished even more goals that I didn't think I was going to do. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
amazing. Was there anything that was harder than expected in slowing back down, being in stillness at home?
it's funny. When I got home, I was like, I guess jittery. I kept pacing all over the house. I just couldn't stop pacing. I just kept moving. And then my folks were like, "Are you okay?" I don't know what to do. I was literally told them I don't know what to do. And my mom was like, "Yeah, it's okay. Like we understand. Like you were out there always on the move and everything, like nonstop. Like it's understandable." And I tell my family, I'm like, "I'm honestly bored. Like I don't know what to do. I would go to a coffee shop and work and edit, another coffee shop here and there, find a new place, a new street, a new corner, whatever. And I can't do that here. Here, no proper transportation system. Over
Right.
there in Europe and what have you, they have like trains. Indonesia, there's Gojek, all that stuff. So
Right.
easy and like affordable or whatever to take it and just go if you wanted to. And I go back home and it's like I sold my car, so I didn't have a car. Yeah, but of course I'm able to borrow a car, but it's still not the same. It's like right now I had to Google search a proper cafe place for like digital nomads. This is the only one I can like find that's lasts till
Uh-huh.
like up to like late at night. All the other ones I found were like till 2 p.m., 3 p.m.,
Okay.
4 p.m. Like I'm like, what, in Vegas? And then also it's like scattered so far away. Each different place is like 40 minutes from each other. On a car, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forget how spread out everything is.
Right.
Yeah, I got so used to everything being so close and you can just walk there. You can't do that here. I just couldn't handle it.
Right.
I was going crazy for like a whole month, but I'm starting to like get back to my routine, get used to it in a way. I mean, you just find your rhythm, man.
Yeah.
Obviously out there is a lot different. Here it's a lot different. So
I'm sure there's a lot of nice things about being home too, though, right?
I would say that I'm blessed.
Yeah.
I have a pretty good family, so if something were to happen to me, I'm pretty much safe. But I told my friends when I was out there, a lot of people that I met, that I don't want anything from my family. I did everything on my own, of course. I had my own place, everything on my own. Until I got home, I was like, okay, well, I actually need some help to get back on my feet.
Right.
And luckily, I have that support. I have that fallback. So I'm here with that fallback until I put myself back out there. So that's the good thing about it. If I do need to borrow a car, hey, a car is there for me to borrow. I have a roof over my head. I have, yeah, pretty much have my family still. So my family's good with me. I'm good with them. So no issues there. So I
Yeah.
would say that's the good thing about it.
So you think
Yeah.
you will try and get back out there eventually? Would
Oh,
you do like
absolutely.
a
Yeah.
long stint like that again?
It's funny. I'm kind of like 50-50 on that. I was thinking
Right.
about that. I was like, I can try that again and do it very differently. More like if I'm looking for like opportunities, shooting for a hotel company or whatever, then I would go and fly out there or something. instead of me like just going to a place because I've never been there before and I want to see it. There are some creators I met that were doing just that, only going to a certain country or area or whatever just because they have an opportunity there for them. And so it makes sense to go there. So that's probably what I would do next, just so I don't go like burning out my funds, if
Right.
you will. Yeah, do it properly next time. But I'm so down. Like I absolutely can. I still have the energy, like the mindset, all that to definitely do it again. But other than that, I would also do like short increments too, like maybe a month or 2 weeks, three months. I know some people that are doing that yearly, 2 months. Obviously, I would want to go way longer than that, but yeah.
Right.
So I'm like 50-50. I could do it all.
What are you
I
doing
lean
for work
towards
right now? Of course, you're still creating. I see your stuff, but are you
yeah.
working in the creator world right now?
Yeah, so I actually have some opportunities that just popped up for me. Supposed to go to Cuba and do some kind of videography for humanitarian work, but I'll be filming though. So, and another opportunity is supposed to be in India. If I do go back to India, it'll be paid to shoot for like this wellness company or something. So those are like two opportunities coming up. I don't know if it's gonna happen. It's all just in the talks. Things happen. But I recently just finished a project for Max Tour, which they pay pretty well actually for something so easy to do.
Yeah.
And another opportunity with this India company again. I was able to like edit one of their videos and whatever and got paid for that too. So, and of course, some friends and family members that need some help with something videography wise. So, or photo
Yeah.
wise. My friend has a business. He wants me a part. He wants me to be a part of it. So I'm still waiting on the details for that. Basically, I'll be working for one of my friends, shooting content for him, etc. So I'm looking forward to that. Again, that's all in the talks. Continuously being updated about it. So far, everything's pretty good on my end
Yeah.
when it comes to like the work and jobs.
Do you feel like the way you create has changed maybe now that you're at home as opposed to when you were traveling?
I don't know. That's a good question actually. I would say that starting out in the beginning, you can see how different my work has gotten. Like I would say the improvements over time. I've gotten better from since what, the year ago, posting pictures and then to the pictures now. I look back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I definitely changed the tone, the colors, even the videos as well. I've gotten significantly better at my videos, but I wouldn't say that like it's a certain place. It's just I kept putting myself out there, kept just editing and editing and editing, where I just kept learning new things. Lots of people I follow that inspire me that I can learn from them, or yeah,
Just
or
that
just
continuous growth.
yeah, like seeing it firsthand when I was out there, like especially in Cappadocia. One of my friends was shooting me, learning how he shot me so I can shoot other people better, stuff like that. I shoot a certain way. I guess my videos are more like I want to try to be consistent in the story or like the subject in general. Like I would
Right.
stick to a continuous subject. So I see other people's videos where it's like, which they're really good by the way, but it's like I don't know if I can do that. It's like a bunch of random clips. It's like a bunch of randomness, which is really good for social media. But I want to dive deeper into like more storytelling. Again, particular subject. If like I have a subject in frame, you're gonna see that person throughout the entire video. Like if I put myself in a video, that's it. You're gonna have to see me doing whatever it is I'm gonna do in the video and tell stories somehow. So obviously if there's like another character coming in, then yeah, but there had to be a reason for it. But like I do have someone told me you have so much footage. I'm like, yeah, I know. But it's like a footage of like kind of random where I don't know if I want to put that together. I can say I can be like, traveling the world for a year and then put a bunch of clips of like all the places I've been to, which I would say is kind of like random, which works. It's good.
Right.
But again, I want to be kind of like consistent on my work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess being home, I got like more time like alone where I can like focus and not having to worry about when I need to leave the coffee shop or whatever. So I guess you could say that. But other than that, I think it's just consistency built over time. So, the what I do, I don't really see like a difference in that if I was here, if I was there.
Right.
So,
Makes
yeah.
sense.
You
Yeah,
just put me anywhere.
you are a really great storyteller. I feel like when I watch your stories, I'm watching the movie. Like, oh, now
What?
here. Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. On the iPhone, that was all iPhone footage, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, all those like
No
what is it?
way.
Yeah, all those stories of like me traveling, like when I was with you and
Yeah.
everyone else. That was all iPhone. Yeah, I just like put in.
That's so crazy. So do you just edit
Yeah,
it? I feel like it was so good.
yeah. So I slap it on CapCut. Of
Okay.
course, I take the videos and then I slap it on CapCut. Do a little color grading there. Sometimes I'll slow down the footage, whatever, shoot at 60 frames on iPhone, and then put the music over it and put my voiceover over it. So yeah,
Yeah, it's
everything is
cool.
all iPhone, all done on iPhone. So now like, the videos I'll take will be more on my camera, of course. So
Right.
would say you can tell the quality difference. I don't know if you can tell. It's like, do you know what bokeh is? It's like the blurry background and
Yeah, yeah.
okay, yeah. I guess there'll be more bokeh in like other videos I'll be making. So yeah. Yeah, I'll do more iPhone when I'm like traveling out there. I have like a little trip coming up in a few days. I think I'll be going to the forest soon, like somewhere in Arizona. And it talks with that as well. So there's more things that just keep happening. I might go to this event from Sam Newton, which is in California. I think that's in February. I have a friend who just sent me a video. Like she's like so excited she got chosen to like present one of her videos in the Sam Newton like thing. Like a bunch of creators will be watching it. You know, it's
Oh,
like
that's
basically the same thing I
exciting.
did. Yeah, she'll be able to present her video. She got selected. She told me she's so excited, and I'm like, that's so sick. And now I have to try to go. So if
Yeah.
that's in the future, if I might go to California and go see if I can support my friend in person and obviously meet other creators there, and that'll be another opportunity to shoot more content. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, that's just what's happening soon, hopefully. Yeah.
That's amazing. When we were chatting before you came on the podcast, you said something about putting meaning into your work or taking time to make your work feel meaningful at the moment. What feels meaningful to
What feels meaningful to me? I don't know, like photos and videos, or just
Yeah,
one or the
I
other, or,
guess.
or
I mean,
any of them.
yeah, in your content creation.
I want to get better, not just like I said, not post like random stuff. I want there to be a meaning to the video someone watches. Like, why am I watching this? What is the message it conveys, basically? As I continue to get better, I really want to like master my storytelling. I want to be able to make people feel something through my words, of course. Like if I can do it through my words, that's amazing. So if I can make people like feel the emotion of like crying or whatever, that's something I'd be proud of doing. I mean, when I did the speech, people came up to me and said, "Dude, I was crying." I'm like, "Dude, I just spoke on the mic and telling my story." And they're like, "Yeah, but the
Yeah.
way you said it and all that, it's just, I felt it." And that was also another amazing thing I didn't know. I guess words really, if people can like understand it and then really think of something at that time, you can feel something.
Yeah, words are really
Um,
powerful.
yeah, they're absolutely powerful. So I obviously want to put more of that, more of myself in my videos. Yeah, more meaning. Like I need to come with something and make people feel like emotion. So there's a thing for a bunch of beautiful places, beautiful destinations. I want to tell a proper reason why I'm there and what I'm feeling also. Like I want the person to feel what I'm feeling, not just seeing what I'm
Right.
seeing.
Right.
So yeah, I
Yeah,
want to be
and
able to do that.
people resonate with that because I feel like often people feel maybe similar to what you're feeling, but maybe you feel
Yeah.
alone in that. So I think it's cool when creators, yeah, have the skill of storytelling and conveying their own emotions, and I think it helps you connect. So yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah,
really
absolutely.
cool. Do you do YouTube?
I have a YouTube. I don't do YouTube. I did post that 4-minute video on YouTube, so that's one of my first YouTube videos. Obviously, YouTube is really like more long form content.
Right.
So I have some friends who are doing long form content. They're very good at it. They're really good at it. And yes, I want to dive into that as well. But that's definitely a different skill set. Also, it's somewhat like difficult for me to do that. I would love to have like creators around Las Vegas like help me shoot some things. One of the reasons why I also left is because there isn't creators that do what I do here. I
Right.
tried to find these people and they're like really hard to find. A
Okay.
lot of people who are creators here in Las Vegas are into like the nightlife industry. So
Right. I mean, it makes
really
sense,
like,
I think.
yeah, they're more into like DJing and all that night scene and all that type of videos, which I think is cool. Like I love that stuff too.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm more like travel, which you can clearly tell. I'm more outdoors, etc. So
Right.
finding those people, it's very hard. I tried before I even left too, and no one is really down to do that stuff.
Okay.
Funny thing is, like, there's so many hidden gems around Las Vegas that I wish I could take people, but I don't know. It just hasn't worked
Yeah.
out.
To take your niece.
Yeah. Yeah, so she could film me.
Yeah.
She's 4 years old. Like, hold it steady. Here's a gimbal. Can you fly a drone too? Yeah.
When you get
Sorry.
opportunities for creating content for other people, how do you decide if it's worth it to you or not? Or do you just kind of take whatever comes your way, or are you more picky about if it really resonates with you?
So I have there's like websites you can find people needing videographers, and there are moments where I'm like kind of nitpicking because of course Las Vegas I would say kind of has everything. And when I mean everything, there's like things I wouldn't want to be a part of, I would say. Like when it comes to like sexual explicit things, there's a lot of that going around that you can work for. But I'm not one of those people that want to get into that. There's money to be
Right.
made there, but I'm not that type of guy, so I wouldn't really choose it, no matter how much money it pays you, whatever they pay.
Right.
Again, I'm obviously looking more the outdoors. Now, of course, if someone offers or tells me to, hey, we'd love for you to shoot a DJ or whatever, I could do that as well. That's something I love. I love EDM music. The whole house scene is here. This is Las Vegas. They have like this big festivals, EDC. I'd love to work a festival here as well. Between those two, I would definitely do. Even some real estate stuff. I would definitely be interested in doing real estate. I've never done it before, to be honest with you. I have shot hotels, but we're really different than what the real estate people want in a video. My friend is a real estate agent and he has offered me jobs to do real estate, which we're also on the talks of that too. But I have to learn how to do it, which isn't hard. That I have a gimbal, I have everything I need.
Right.
So, and I'll definitely do it, just waiting on to do it. But other than that, yes, I would say I'm kind of picky what I want to do
Yeah.
when it comes to that. So
And what's your favorite kind of work to do?
travel,
Well, I mean,
of
yeah, I guess
course.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. The travel stuff.
But
Yeah, traveling's beautiful.
you like doing more like events while you're traveling or filming a hotel you're staying in or filming people. I mean, of course,
I
I
like
feel like your own content would be your favorite, obviously, but if it was like a job, what would you feel excited about?
I don't know, that's hard to choose. Like I know a lot of cool creators that shoot amazing like events, big festivals. They get to travel around the world shooting festivals like in Brazil, in Dubai, Thailand. That's really cool too. I mean, but at the same time they also shoot outdoorsy content or even hotel content. So I don't mind doing all of that stuff like all together.
All the
The number one thing I would do, of course, is like hotel. That's actually what I've always wanted to do is like shoot for hotels, tourism boards, brands, etc., and travel around the world doing that stuff. Which I got to do it for a time. I got to actually do some of that stuff, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I got a taste of it, and that just makes me want more. You know,
right.
so as I'm home working towards it, I'm striving for it. Yeah.
That's
So
so
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I believe that we're always learning and always growing in all of our life. I feel like there's things to learn from all the people we meet, whether you are constantly moving and traveling or you are still at home and in a routine. So, what do you feel like this season of your life, these moments are teaching you? Or in what ways are they is it challenging you?
I kind of like thought about this one a few days ago. It's like being home is teaching me to kind of the obvious thing is being comfortable in stillness.
Mhm.
You know, like I said, I was bored, right? But there's gonna be times where nothing is happening, and obviously there's gonna be times where so many things are happening at once. And so during those times where nothing is happening, be comfortable in that. Reach out to friends you haven't reached out to for a long time. Go do things you didn't think you were going to do. Go just put yourself out there again. You know, go meet people. Like it's Las Vegas, but if I'm bored at home, then go downtown, go to the strip, go do
Yeah.
something every day, put yourself out there. So that's kind of what that's teaching me to just like out of my comfort zone basically. So when I'm coming back home, I'm kind of getting back to my comfort zone of like staying home, being comfortable and doing my thing. It's like something's pushing against where I need to be who I learned to be when I was out there. I need to continue that.
Mhm.
And so even now I could have done this at home, but I was like, nah, I really want to go out there into a coffee shop because this is exactly what I was doing out there. So I did it.
Mhm.
Now I'm at a coffee shop and I'm doing this and I'm being stared at all the time. So
Yeah.
yeah, while while I'm doing this.
Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like at first it's like, oh, it's kind of embarrassing. And then it's like, yeah, it is, but who cares? These people are gonna
Who
forget about
cares?
me in like 10 minutes when they leave or something.
Yeah,
Like
you'll
whatever.
never see them again.
You'll never see them again. Yeah, they'll forget about it unless they take a video and put it on TikTok and it blows up. Some random guy had a microphone. So
Yeah.
that could happen. But even if that, let's say that does happen, that's like, how do you say? Yeah, people could actually see me on there too. So like, oh, cool, I get exposure, free exposure.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'll see it that way. So yeah,
Well, it's cool
yes,
that you've been able to kind of keep up those things as you've been home. I feel like that's something I've always
mm,
struggled with is going home and
mm,
getting right back into the routine and forgetting to explore and
mm,
push myself out of my comfort zone.
yeah,
But so that's really
mm,
cool. But you mentioned it's interesting because obviously like being home, being in your comfort zone, that's your comfort zone. But then you went and traveled for a year, and then you came home and you were uncomfortable with that. So your comfort zone
Yeah.
didn't just expand, it actually kind of changed, it shifted.
It did. Yeah, it did. It did shift. I had a friend telling me that you're like in this period of the like in between. You got so used to that lifestyle out there, how that became comfortable and this became uncomfortable. And that's what I told you earlier. I was pacing when I got home. I just couldn't stop moving. I was literally pacing around the house endlessly, like a headless chicken. I didn't know what to do. And so obviously now I'm falling back to that routine of I used to be. But I'm keeping the good things, of course, getting rid of the bad. Back to my like working out, of course. When I was out there, I didn't get to work out. I was just so focused on seeing everything for the first time. And so I am back to that routine, which is a good routine to have, working out, etc. But another one is, I used to play video games. So back 2 years before I left, I stopped playing games, leading towards this moment of, like I said, everything happens for a reason. And so I remember I bought a drone and I was like, oh, I really want to try this. If nobody could take photos of me, I could take photos of myself with my drone. I'll fly out the
Yeah.
drone, take a photo. So I would travel around the US doing that. When I first started out, I didn't have a real camera yet. So I just had my iPhone and I did that for a long time. And slowly, I was getting rid of the video games, like slowly just stopped playing. There was days where I was bored. I was like, dude, I really want to hop on the game. A lot of my friends are gamers. And that's honestly what like a lot of people in the US just placed a bunch of video games because there's, again, not really proper transportation system where I can go to another country here or go to the city really easy, but you need a car for everything. So that was like a comfort zone for me. And I told myself when I go back home, I was like, that's definitely going to be something where I'm not going to get back into. Definitely focus more on photos, more on videos, more on future projects when it comes to stuff like that, more traveling if I could, even if it's domestically, get back into just nothing but that so I can grow faster, learn quicker. And when I got home, I knew this was going to happen. But, you have your old friends who, of course, they do nothing but that stuff. And so they want you to dive back into it. And I had to tell
Right.
them, no, I can't do that. I'm not doing that.
And you're
And yeah, standing my ground, like, no, and this is who I am. This is who I am now. I learned a lot. This is the life I want. And if I want this life, I need to do exactly that. I need to have that mindset. And then, but then you have other people saying, oh, you can have like a 50-50. You can, have time for this, have time for that. I'm like, absolutely not. I cannot. Because I know if I make time for this, I could be making time for something else that's more important than playing games. So got rid of it. They'll no longer do it no more, which luckily I was slowly stopping. It didn't just come to a hard stop. It was like it took like a few years to finally like slow down, and then I traveled. Then I came back, and now a hard stop. So I would say that there was something out there watching me, helping me, because knowing that I was gonna do this journey, and that's what I said. Everything happens for a reason in the beginning. So that happened. Everything just happened how it should. It was crazy. I couldn't really explain it. I talked to so many people. Friend Alessia, I talked to her about it. Yeah, it's just everything just worked out. Even the full year, like when I was doing the 6 months, I was like, it's not even possible, like even financially to do a full year. And it was possible. I don't know how it just came possible. But of course, I made some money on the side. While I was out there, etc. And a lot of that helped, which is wild how it worked out. It just all worked out. And I wish I could really explain it, but I just can't. Everything just worked out for me. So even now, everything I did, everything I went through was meant to happen. And so even now that I'm home, I'm in this like point of I'm kind of don't really know what to do, but obviously opportunities are popping up here and there. And I know that everything's going to go good for me in the future. And I'm going to look back at this moment and be like, man, I was kind of like struggling and like didn't know what was happening now that I got home, but I'm looking back and it happened for a reason. I was there to like, relax and rest and take a chill pill because I did travel for 411 days and I deserve the break, and then I'll be back in motion again, but this time obviously at home and doing a lot of projects here and then back out there eventually. So we all need to take breaks. So I could learn from that too, is taking a break. Yeah. I deserve a break.
Yeah, you do,
Um,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, you said that everything happens for a reason is something that an idea that you kind of developed during travel. So now that you kind of see that for yourself, can you see things before you started traveling that you feel like happened for a reason? And maybe at the time you didn't realize it, or do you feel like things started happening for a reason when you started traveling?
A year before I left, kind of started to implement that into my mindset.
Mhm.
And just like allowing it to happen, basically things out there slowly. Because at first I was just like, whatever about it. I wasn't really into that stuff. And I'm like, I do whatever I need to do to make it work. And yeah, and slowly I was like, why are these things just, I've been lucky. So I'm going to put that out there too. Everything I've gone through and done, even at home, I've always been really, really lucky with a lot of things.
Mhm.
And I was like, dang, there's a reason why that happened or whatever. And even out there, of course, there's a reason why this happened or this didn't work out. Or even in relationships, there's a reason why this didn't work out. It led you here, and what have you. So yeah, I look at that even now. So, but I look at it more of like more now that I've been out there, definitely more. So yeah, everything happens for a reason. 100%, absolutely 100%. Now, if you travel and do it too, you'll definitely like understand it. So
Yeah, I feel like maybe it's something that needs to be experienced,
it
not
has to be experienced. I was like in the corporate world. So when before I left, I was really more corporate setting.
okay.
Come on, it was my mindset was very different. This is Las Vegas after all, fine dining, etc. So if you can imagine, it's yeah, very, very different. And then going out there and just being outside of my comfort zone fully and just allowing things to happen to you and just be okay with it. And it all leads you with connections where you need to be. And I was like never taught that growing up. It was always like I need to do something to make something happen, which is in some ways true. But like I said, when I was out there, I didn't have an exact plan to where to go, and
Right.
I played on that rule of like everything has a reason. I'm gonna let that happen. And so everywhere I went, there's something to learn. Every new place, a new experience, and new people, and I just let it happen, and it led me exactly where I needed to be. So
Yeah. But it's so
fully believe in that.
no, same. And I feel like something I've been into recently is also just saying, why not? Like just letting things
Why not?
happen and then just why
Yeah.
not? If I'm walking and I'm like, oh, should I talk to that person on the bus? And normally before I started traveling, I would never do that. But now I'm like,
Hmm.
why not? What do I have to lose?
Yeah, exactly. Me too, 100%. It's funny because I actually did that. There's like a moment I'm thinking about right now. When I went to Greece, I landed in Greece at like 1 in the morning, and I was asking people if they spoke English, any stranger, just because like I needed help with something or how to get to this place on a bus or whatever. And this guy spoke some English. He's from there. He's Greek, and he helped me. And I could have been like, okay, thank you, and that's it. But then I was like, I should conversate with this dude. I just decided to talk to him and have a good conversation. We went on the bus together. It took like 3 hours to get where I needed to be on that bus. And we conversated the entire time where I realized we were going to the exact same place, which was crazy. Yeah, his like the exact same area. And I'm like, dude, how the heck, what are the chances of that? Just spoke to the right person, just happened and spoke English and helped me get on this bus. And then we got there and then he's like, hey man, you're cool. We have something going on tomorrow if you'd like to join us. And I was like, why not? Yeah, yeah, sure. I was like, I'm staying with a friend who lives here. Can he come too? He's like, yeah, yeah, bring him too. And then we went out and we had dinner, met their friends, and then they were all cool. And they're like, hey, we're actually going to this cool beach that a lot of Greeks know, not really. Oh, it's like really local, and it's like a 3 hour drive from there. I'm like, so is that an invitation? They're like, yeah, we're inviting you to come with us. I'm like, "Well, yeah, why not? Let's go." And my friend was cool about it too. I did post the stories of that, by the way, during Greece. And yeah, I just made friends that way and traveled somewhere I didn't think I would ever go to. Got to see some cool stage thing where it's like it's in Greek, but it was amazing. It was, and that would have never happened if I'd never have said anything. If I would have just didn't continue to conversate with this person,
Yeah.
none of that would have led to any of that stuff. Yeah, it would have just been a hi and a goodbye, and that's it. But we keep in contact, and if I ever go to Greece again, and he got his contact, he ever comes here, and his wife, I can show them all around here, or they could show me around back over there. And yeah, it's just amazing what doors can open if you just be open. Just like you
Yeah.
said, say why not? You know.
feel. Connections are so cool. Like, I'm sure you've experienced this too through travel. Like, one of the most amazing things is the people that you meet. And every time I think about talking to somebody or think about hanging out with somebody and I don't, I just like, I don't know, I'm just like, oh, I feel like it's almost rude to myself to not allow myself that connection almost, because maybe it's just a fleeting interaction and maybe it turns into something more. It's a good memory
Yeah.
or a lesson or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Yeah, exactly. That's
It's
how that's how I think of it too. Like there could be a lesson. I believe there's like a lesson in everything that you do. Everywhere I've gone, there's a lesson. All the people I met, there's a lesson to be learned. Either they learned something from me or I learned something from them, was what I told myself traveling. And even like I think you guys asked me to go hang out that one night. I barely met you guys. And I was like hesitating. I was like, I kind of didn't want to. I was tired. I just got there from like traveling far away. But then I was like, no, I gotta stay with that yesterday and be out of my comfort zone. Yeah, and obviously I went with you guys, and then it's funny because like I walked out of the bar thing, and you guys were like, "Oh, where are you going?" I'm like, "Oh no, it was like doing something." I'll never forget that. And yeah, we just stayed connected from there. So really crazy, like how I was saying it earlier.
Yeah.
Thank you for reaching out, and then
Yeah.
yeah. So
Glad it worked out. Well, before we start wrapping this up, is there anything you want to add in specific?
well, like how everyone says on social media and what you have, like you hear it all the same. But put yourself out there. I have a friend who is like too afraid of what people think about them, and I have to tell her like continuously, look, who cares what people think? And then she'll be like, oh, but they're my friends. I'm like, are they really your friends if they're like always negative towards anything you do? That goes to even like family members. I mean, if they're not supportive of something of you or whatever, just you're gonna have to drop them. Just leave them alone. Let them. They have their own path. You have yours. You have something you really want to do. Don't let anyone hold you back on it, no matter what they think. They say, what's that? There's like a quote. I don't have it on the top of my head, but like I might have the quote. Let me look this up.
Yeah, go for it.
Gonna have to do a little cheating here. But yeah, someone said, so remember it's embarrassing until it's not. So yeah, so that's yeah, right now she's embarrassed or any other person that's going through this. But let's say you made it and you accomplished those goals and you did this whole crazy thing. They're going to be supporting you. They're going to want to know how you did it, even though you've been telling them from the beginning. That's just how it happens. There's another thing quote here too, saying that same thing. It's like first they dismiss you, then they doubt you. When the winds come, they call it luck, but in the end, they want to know how you turned a dream into reality. So
That's nice.
yeah, and it's 100% true.
And sometimes it's just how it works. Like, I think with starting the podcast, I realized that sometimes strangers can be way more supportive than anyone you know from home.
Absolutely, 100%. I don't know if I said this in the podcast already, but I did a lot of change here at home, including of like letting go of friends, letting go of friendships that were dying, that weren't there for me, that weren't on like my path. Basically, I try to keep these connections, but if you're the one that's always trying to connect, that should tell you something. Once you like let go and you hear nothing, that's like a big sign that you didn't really truly matter to them. So I let them go. As soon as I got home, of course, they want to do the things like who you used to be, and they only know you for who you used to be. Like a lot of these friends didn't really support my journey, and so they literally thought some of them thought I'd been home the entire time. I was like, bro, I've been gone for a whole year. Where have you been? Like, I thought you were a friend. And some of them will be like, oh, I don't use social media, even though that's not true. But yeah, it's just in the end, they didn't really care. I always used to say that everyone has a life, and it's true. People have things to do, whatever. But if you're friends with someone, like especially like a childhood friend, it kind of makes sense to keep that friendship going by at least supporting them every once in a while you're out there. I had like two small friendship like groups, like individuals who always reached out to me. And I'm so thankful for those friends. Those are definitely lifelong friends. They reached out to me to everything I did, made sure I was safe, whatever. And there are those who like, yeah, as soon as when I was in London, especially, that was always like I was already like a little more than 6 months. There was friends that never reached out. And yeah, so I was like, dude, I'm reaching out to you. And technically I would say like I'm really like one of the most busiest people in the world right now. Like doing so much and juggling so much, but then they would tell you they're too busy. And I'm like, I get it, we all have a life, but you're doing the exact same thing back home that I knew what you were doing, you know? So there was like no excuse for that. So I let them go. And then you would have these friends that you just met randomly out there, supportive since the first day you met them, like they,
Yeah.
out there. And it's like they're supportive no matter what you do. Yeah, those people are really cool, very real. Just like you, I mean, I feel like I'm getting more support from the ones I've just met than the ones who've known me for a long time.
That
Yeah, but
sometimes it's hard. Like I get sometimes it's hard for people to understand who haven't experienced it. But also I think I mean you were traveling for so long and you've changed. So
yeah,
it wouldn't make sense for you to, change so much but then try and have the exact life the old you had
yeah,
before. And part of that is people. So it's special when you have people that you keep around for a long time, but sometimes you just kind of outgrow people maybe and hard feelings.
100%.
It's time to let it.
Yeah, yeah, uh,
Yeah.
absolutely. No, no, that's 100% right. No hard feelings. I wish you the best. I hope the best for you. Obviously, our paths are different in different directions, and find your people. I'll find mine. And yeah, that's it. So I wouldn't want to say anything negative towards some people who were negative towards me. Unfortunately, that's going to happen to everyone. There's always going to be negative people out there. But again, just hope for the best, and hopefully they gain like understanding. And I hope that they can do something like this too. That's another thing I want to add on in the ending is that if you have the opportunity to do this, dude, do it. Please give it a shot.
Why not?
I quit my job. Yeah, why not? Exactly. I quit my job and I got to experience a lot of the world. Um, and so I get to tell stories when I'm older. Even now I get to tell stories to my niece. And she's like, I want to travel the world too. Like, like it's so cool. And my sister's like, no, not right now. But yeah, it's just, when I'm in my like my deathbed, I would say I get to look back and tell people that I have no regrets, that I got to live this life and experience it. And there's gonna be people that are telling me, I wish I should have done that. I wish I could have done that when I was younger. I have people even now tell me this. Even my family, even my mom tells me, I wish I was able to do what you did. And I'm like, I just went for it. And then you know, I have a lot of family members talking to me about it. I wish I can do that too. And I'm like, gee, we're the same age. Go do it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I can't, and this and that. I'm like, bro, if you really wanted to, you would, which is the other famous saying. And
Yeah.
so, of course, I wanted it that bad. I've always told my friends I want to see the world, and I took the opportunity. There's a friend I get to thank for that, actually. If it wasn't for her, I would never have done this, to be honest with you. Before I left, a friend told me about the escapism thing, and I kind of had like a falling out with that person. But again, if it wasn't for that individual, none of this would have happened. So I'm thankful for that person, and I hope the best for that person as well, whatever she's doing, wherever she is. But yeah, if there's anything else you want to tell me, I mean, before we end this off,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, just yeah, thanks for having this conversation with me. And yeah, it's cool to talk to you because I think when we met, we were both kind of in the midst of travel and I just moved to Australia, so I've
Oh
kind
yeah.
of in the same boat of like trying to hold still and just struggling with it a little bit. So,
Really?
I mean, you did it. It's this change of constantly moving to
Yeah.
trying to hold still.
Being still.
Yeah.
Still, it's in another country. You're doing something, just keep in mind that it's very difficult to do being so far away from home and starting life over in a way in a new city, new country, new place. There's probably so many people that are doing this in your eyes because we're all surrounded by the people we want to learn from. And obviously there's so many creators that I listen to and follow. But again, there's a lot of people that aren't doing this. And to them, it's like really amazing. What you're doing is truly incredible. It's very hard to do. So you already took that step and don't give up on it. you'll find that job, whatever it may be. You got this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. So that being said, I don't want to go on and waste your time. Definitely end the podcast.
Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much. And maybe
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If you're ever in Las Vegas, that's currently where I am, which a lot of people surprisingly come here. So if you're ever in Vegas, like I always tell my friends that meet around the world, you have a place, and there's a lot of cool hidden gems around here that even the locals don't know. So I can definitely show you if you like outdoorsy things, that is more in my element. So
All right. Sounds amazing. I'll hold you to it.
cool.
Okay.
All right, Ashley, it's good seeing you.
Bye.
Nice talking with you.
You.
Bye bye.